Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So all-time highs are incoming. A $2 trillion market cap is also incoming, this after Bitcoin reached a new all-time high. But before I get into that, guys, I wanted to thank you for continuing to subscribe to the channel. You know I am giving away two ledgers, a Ledger Nano S and a Ledger Nano X, but we need to reach 70,000 subscribers. I know a lot of you guys are subscribed already, but for the newcomers, those of you who pass by the channel periodically, I urge you to subscribe. You will be eligible to win a Ledger Nano S or X. We do need to reach 70,000 though, in order for the giveaway to occur. So subscribe now. Like the video, guys. It is a free way to support the channel. Bitcoin's breaking its new all-time highs and the market cap is growing. This from Crypto Eddy. This is the total 2 market cap, so all altcoins right now. And this is it on the hourly. You can see it's come down a little bit on the hourly, but ultimately over the last couple of hours, we have seen new all-time highs for the total 2 market cap. And when I bring Bitcoin up here, guys, you can see Bitcoin did reach a new high of almost 53,000 per BTC, 52,950 give or take. So we are seeing this market ramp up. We are seeing cryptocurrency surge. We are seeing more money being poured into cryptocurrency and Bitcoin dominance still continuing to go down, but just by a little bit. We haven't reached that tipping point yet, I don't think, where altcoins will really take off. Take a look at Binance Coin, guys. Binance Coin is up 42.82% in the last 24 hours, and XRP is now unfortunately down to the 7th spot, trading at about 56 cents, 0.5595. But this is okay. We will have our time. I know it doesn't feel like it now. I know it feels like other coins have risen significantly compared to XRP, but we will get our time. We know XRP does rally last and fast. So here's a tweet from Cryptos on Twitter. XRP inverse head and shoulders. A breakout should take us back above the 60-cent area soon. So on this chart, you guys can see his inverse head and shoulders pattern here. Okay, if you take it from here, the inverse shoulder, the head, the shoulder, and boom, up out of that. Let's hope that works out. Let me just bring up the XRP chart here real quick. On the hourly, you can see XRP has been rallying over the last couple of hours. We have seen XRP just meandering a little bit, coming down into this level, and we didn't really know which way it was going to go. Of course, since Bitcoin is rallying now, we're seeing some fire in the pants of XRP as well. If I put the Fibonacci on here, you guys can see. Rebounded at the 0.382, now coming up straight past the 0.5. Next level to hit would be at 59.5 cents, so that 60-cent area is going to be the next Fibonacci retracement level. If we blow past that, great things are likely to come. This, guys, all on the backdrop of this Ripple lawsuit, and I know there is an update. The SEC has filed its First Amendment complaint against Ripple and the individual defendants. This just happened yesterday. So what does this mean, guys? We're going to get into this in depth. Stephen Buldiep here says, that means Ripple will have to amend their preliminary response then. Some people suggesting that this is going to be dragged out forever. The Agent Smith V3 says jury trial it is, then magistrate is only if they both agree to it. So now the options are limited to arbitration and jury trial. I suppose there could be a settlement if Gensler gets his butt in there soon enough. This has to be a delay tactic so their friends at JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs can get better market share in their projects. Not an unlikely possibility. So a lot of people chiming in here on this topic. Here's Stuart Alderati. He is in-house counsel for Ripple. As many of you have seen, the SEC filed an amended complaint today. The only legal claim remains: did certain distributions of XRP constitute an investment contract? Disappointing. The SEC needed to try to fix their complaint after waiting years to bring it in the first place. So some lawyers in the space actually quite critical. Of course, Stuart Alderati will be critical because he is Ripple's lawyer specifically, but other lawyers who have nothing to do with this case also quite critical of the SEC, how they're approaching this. And it almost seems like they were rushed. They were hurried through this, and they just kind of wanted to get it out the door. And so, they submitted their original complaint, and now they have to amend it because they realize that there are holes in it. And so what did they address? Let's talk about that and a little bit about what it means. First, I just wanted to bring up this point, which I thought was kind of silly. James RULEXRP pointing this out. Digital asset security. I mean, really, SEC? So they're calling this a digital asset security, which is kind of comical, I suppose. I mean, they are now trying to create a new classification for something that had no classification in the first place. And I think that they think that by doing this, they are going to maybe set a new precedent, maybe set a new standard for anything that happens down the road. We can say now, you know, if you're in the SEC seat, you can say, okay, these things are utility coins and these things are going to be called digital asset securities. Maybe that will give them, open the doors for them to be able to sue more companies down the road. I don't know why they would just come up with this new term all of a sudden. So digital asset security is now what they're deeming XRP. And so what's going on here? Michael at Val5Links posted this. The SEC alleges that Ripple executives misled investors and manipulated the XRP coin price by creating an information vacuum. So Ripple's XRP sales suppressed coin price. Amended court complaint alleges. The SEC alleges that Ripple executives misled investors and manipulated the XRP coin price by creating an information vacuum. The United States Securities and Exchange Commission has alleged that Ripple Labs executive Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsen manipulated the XRP price by ramping up or slowing down their coin sales depending on market conditions. In an amended complaint filed yesterday, the SEC says that Brad and Chris essentially violated securities laws with the sale of XRP coins starting in 2013. And here's a quote: from at least 2013 through the present, defendants sold over 14.6 billion units of the digital asset security called XRP in return for cash or other consideration worth over $1.38 billion USD to fund Ripple's operations and enrich Larsen and Garlinghouse. Now, why are they going after these guys? Specifically, I know that they were mentioned in the original complaint, but why go after them? So this from James K. Fillan. He is a lawyer. SEC has filed a first amended complaint against Ripple, as we know, and the individual defendants. I haven't read it yet. Well, guys, I perused over it, and it is listed here. So James Fillan does attach a link to the tweet, and I will tweet this in the description of the video if you guys want to check out the entire amendment. Okay, and so here's essentially what they amended. Basically, they added in more complete, detailed information about Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsen, specifically tying them in to the nefarious, or quote-unquote nefarious, activity surrounding XRP and utilizing it as a security. They wanted to add more detail in there, essentially to kind of lay some groundwork, I'm assuming. I mean, again, I'm not a lawyer, but, you know, this is a little fishy. I think at first they just kind of wanted to get this document out. They clearly missed a lot of things, and now they're realizing, okay, we have to backpedal here. We have to kind of prove some things. And so now they're saying basically Brad Garlinghouse, Chris Larsen at the center of this, and they added some more information about that. So originally the SEC was mostly interested in this idea that Ripple and XRP were being used as a security, and now the SEC is making it clearer that they want to sue Chris Larsen and Brad Garlinghouse specifically with the intent to use XRP as a security. And I think they also realized the problems with proving this because of jurisdiction. Now, we know XRP, cryptocurrency in general, can be distributed worldwide. There is no specific jurisdiction for cryptocurrency, and so they also added this in. Paragraph 186, Garlinghouse's offers and sales occurred on various digital asset trading platforms, including platforms A and B, and at least 2 other incorporated in the United States, and 1 incorporated abroad with a principal place of business in New York. Though Garlinghouse also made offers and sales of XRP through certain digital asset trading platforms whose parent corporations are outside of the US, Garlinghouse opened his account with at least one of those platforms' United States-based wholly owned subsidiaries. Moreover, at least one of the digital asset trading platforms with a foreign parent through which Garlinghouse offered and sold his XRP used resources located in the United States to execute Garlinghouse's trades in XRP. Now, it sounds as though the SEC really wants to make a point to say, look, this stuff happened in the United States, and this is why we're pursuing legal action. The stuff that happens outside of the United States, they do not have jurisdiction over, and so there's an amended complaint with regards to the specific jurisdiction, and that is in 186. But let's get back to Chris Larsen and Brad Garlinghouse for a second. So originally, they didn't have enough details, or rather, they didn't submit enough details in the initial report about Brad Garlinghouse or Chris Larsen and their intent to sell XRP as a security. So what they did was they added an amendment statement and are basically framing these two guys as, you know, the masterminds or the ringleaders behind these sales, and that they knew what they were doing. They knew that what they were doing was illegal and that they were going to use the profits to help fund the company Ripple. Okay, these are the CEOs of the company, right? So they would have to approve these sales, and so the SEC tying them in more specifically, I think, is going to give more breadth to the SEC's case. At least they think so. Now, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson's lawyers want to dismiss this motion set forth by the SEC, and this is why they amended or are updating their original statement. The SEC basically wants the CEOs on the hook as well as the company. So again, this whole strategy, this scatter strategy of, look, we can't necessarily prove, or at least my thought is the SEC doesn't know if they can prove or cannot prove what they originally intended once they launched this lawsuit. And now they're kind of backpedaling a little bit, and they're realizing, well, if we can't go after Ripple, if we can't prove XRP is a security, even though we are calling it a digital asset security, then we're going to have to take somebody down. And Chris Larson and Brad Garlinghouse, they are individuals, they are people, and we can, in the SEC's estimation, we can, in fact, prove that these guys did something nefarious. And so I think they're trying to open it up because they realize ultimately how weak their case truly is. So I can't really think of an example off the top of my head, but I know in a lot of these high-profile crime cases, you know, if you are, and I'm going to liken what Brad and Chris are doing to something far worse, but if you are following a serial killer, okay, and you're on his trail, and you're realizing there's all this evidence popping up, you're realizing he's got to be the guy, and but you can't pinpoint him on any murder. What do cops tend to do? They tend to take him in on something like a minor traffic violation, like a burnt out headlight or something like that, and then once they find something that he's done that is illegal, like for example, if he happened to steal a car on the way to commit all these murders, then they are going to charge him for grand theft auto, they're going to charge him for all these murders, they're going to try to charge him with everything under the sun just so they can get him some jail time, some restitution, in order to make it fair, in order to make it feel like the outcome of, once he gets sentenced or once he gets charged, to make that feel fair to the community. Okay, so even if he doesn't get charged for murder specifically, they are going to try to get him for other things, and I have a feeling this is what the SEC is trying to do with these new details surrounding Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson. They're really trying a scatter approach, try to nail these guys on other things because they realize how weak their case truly is. And so that's just my opinion. Of course, I don't know the ins and outs, but, having a scapegoat, I think, is what they're after here. And ultimately, if you know your case is weak, at least you can point the finger at somebody, i.e. in this case, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson, and say, these are the guys we need to charge. Let's find these guys. Let's get this over with. And so the silver lining, at least for us, XRP hodlers, is that they realize their case is weak. Even if they charge Brad and Chris separately and individually, chances are these guys are super rich. They might have to pay a fine, and we talked about this a little before. They might have to pay a fine, but ultimately, I think at the end of the day, XRP will come out unscathed. I don't think there is enough information to suggest that XRP is a security. Of course, it is a utility token, and part of the thing here that the SEC's mandate was set out to do from the beginning is to protect investors, and there's a lot of evidence suggesting that investors are suffering right now. So that's it in a nutshell, guys. I hope that clears a lot of things up here. We've also got John Deaton here on the case, and this has to do with what he's doing for the XRP community as well. So I'm writing to the court to ascertain as to the status of the petition for writ of mandamus that he filed on January 1st, 2021. So he is continuing with this as well. For the XRP community, guys, I will leave his letter up here with his tweet. I got to thank John Deaton here for doing this for the XRP community. Of course, everybody involved in supplying information like James Fillan, and I know Jeremy Hogan has done some great videos as well on this. And to all the hodlers out there, guys, XRP right now trading at 57.5 cents. The crypto market is moving, so be sure to subscribe. Make sure we hit 70,000 subscribers before March 31st, so you can keep your cryptocurrency safe on either a Ledger Nano S or X. A thumbs up, also a great way to support the videos, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the videos if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.